This tape, I'm going to show you some of my favorite skill shots and how to execute them. Now here's a shot that you might not want to try on your own table. I call this a yo-yo Massey shot. I'm going to have the cue ball go past the side, come back and pocket the 3-ball. Okay, the way I execute a Massey shot is first I take my elbow, my left elbow, put it snug against my side. I'll use a closed bridge, and I want to make sure the cue stick is straight up and down, vertical. I'm aiming about 530 on the cue ball. If you notice, my grip is about 8 inches from the joint, and I'm only using my thumb and my first finger there. And then when I feel the shot, I just come up and just go right down into the cue ball at 530 and use a lot of power on this one here. Okay, here's a situation shot where I have to use a long Massey. I'm going to pocket the 1 and 2, Massey the cue ball, go up and pocket the 3-ball because it's blocked. And I have the 8-ball in the corner over there, so I have perfect position for the 8. Okay, here we have the shot set up again, and I'm going to show you how to make it. Okay, it's a Massey stroke, except this time we want to hit at about 330 on the cue ball, relative to this being 6 o'clock where the cue ball is touching the cushion. So about 330, and just hit down, straight down with a good, powerful Massey stroke, and you should pocket all 3 balls and have position for the 8. This is one of my favorite shots. I call it the machine gun Massey shot. What I'm going to do is hit down on the cue ball, have the cue ball to fight through here, make contact with each one of these balls, and pocket the 8-ball in the side pocket. Okay, on the machine gun Massey shot, the setup is pretty important here. We take the 8-ball, I hang the 8-ball in the side pocket, hanging over a little bit, and this row of object balls here are about a ball's width from the cushion through here, and they're about a 1/2 inch distance between each ball. Okay, we have 3 object balls here with the cue ball frozen with the 2. All balls are frozen and with the cushion. Okay, now assuming that the cue ball where it's touching the cushion is 6 o'clock, we'd want to hit down with a Massey stroke at about 4 o'clock on the cue ball. Okay, down about 4 o'clock, straight down, good powerful Massey shot, stroke straight down into the cue ball, and the cue ball should fight, make contact with all of these balls, and go up and pocket the 8 ball in the side. Here's a real pretty shot. I'm going to pocket the 2 ball, have the cue ball hit the cushion, come out, go between the balls, pocket the 9 ball in the corner. To execute this shot, we have the 2 ball laying in the pocket, cue ball about 1.5 feet from the 2 ball, straight out, parallel. And what I'm going to do is shoot into the 2 ball, a 3/4 ball hit on the left side. 3/4 ball hit, high left on the cue ball, good level stroke, lots of power, and you should hit into the cushion, and the cue ball's going to bounce out, the top spin overtakes, and you'll curve around the balls, go up and make the 9. Okay, here's a neat shot. We're going to play the 1 ball in the corner, have the cue ball to hit this side of the side pocket, go 3 cushions around the table, and pocket the 9. Okay, to execute this shot and set it up, I have the cue ball and the 1 straight in, a little bit, about 1 inch off the cushion, and there's a little gap between the cue ball and the 1 ball here. I have these 4 balls in a straight line to the left side of the side pocket, and I have the 3, the 5, and the 8 with about 1.5 foot gap between the balls so the cue ball can come around between them. And then what I do, I have an aiming point. It's 1 diamond to the left of the corner pocket. So I aim at the corner, at the diamond from the corner, and you got to hit over top of the ball with high left, stroke down over it with a really, put a lot of spin on it, and you got to really hit it hard. This next shot's a stroke shot. I'm going to play the 1 ball in the corner, draw the cue ball into the cushion, bounce out, and come up between the balls and pocket the 9. Some people call this the Jimmy Moore draw shot because he had such a great stroke. Okay, this shot you can see is mostly a stroke shot, but it's also important the angle that you have on the 1 ball here. If you have too much angle, it makes it more difficult. You want about a 3/4 ball hit for the corner pocket, and very low left on the cue ball, low left, and a nice follow through, lots of power for this shot with the 2 balls. You might even try it without the 2 balls first. And then you just draw the ball into the cushion, it comes out, hooks, comes back up, makes the 9. This shot is similar to the last shot. I'm going to shoot into the one, draw the cue ball into the cushion, and have the cue ball come right up the tunnel here and pocket the 15 ball in the corner. Okay, this shot takes the same stroke as the last shot. We want to shoot just straight into the one ball. You're not concerned about pocketing the one ball. You just want to draw the cue ball into the cushion with a nice little hook, go right up the tunnel like this, and pocket the 15 ball. So it's the same stroke, low left, and just a real fast draw, nice follow through into the one ball. Now this shot is similar to the last two shots, except you got to use a lot more power in this shot. Okay, I have the cue ball and the one in line with the second diamond from the side pocket to the first diamond from the corner pocket. The cue ball's about a couple inches from the cushion, and low left, zero in on the one to pocket the one ball, and when you stroke the ball, low left, just as much power as you can get into it. Don't stop the stroke. Just let the tip, the cue, your arm, your shoulder, and everything just go right through the ball. And then you can draw the cue ball into the cushion, go out like this, and come right back up the table and pocket the 9. Okay, here we have a jump shot, but it's also a stroke shot. I want to jump over the 8-9, pocket the 4 ball, and draw the cue ball back for position for the 5 ball. Okay, this shot you hit just like any other jump shot, except you got to use a lot more power and you got to get back spin on the cue ball. And to make this shot, it's very difficult if the cue ball is out somewhere where you have to bridge off the slate. But if it's back here like this, say 3 inches or so from the cushion, then you elevate the cue about 45 degrees or so, and you got to hit down the center of the cue ball, hit center, and elevate the cue about 45 degrees with lots of power, and you should be able to get over the balls and draw back for the 5. Here's another situation shot. We're playing one pocket. This is my pocket, and I need 3 balls. The 1 ball's frozen, and the cue ball's frozen. So what I'm going to do is pocket the 1 ball, draw the cue ball all the way around the table, back over here for position for the 3 and the 2 ball. Now this shot is all stroke. This is a power draw shot. What I'm doing is, to get the cue ball to come out at an angle, is shooting into the cushion, okay? But you have to shoot very hard and cram the ball in the pocket. At medium speed, the ball will not go, okay? Now, don't stop your stroke. You got a low right and a follow through. Just let the arm and shoulder, everything go right through the ball. Now this shot here, we're going to use the 12 ball for the cue ball. I'm going to shoot the 12 into the four object balls, draw the 12, 3 cushions around the table, and make the 8. And the reason I'm using the 12, I want you to see the spin that I put on the 12 ball. Tremendous amount of spin here. I don't have a name for this shot, but I really like it. And the shot is not really as hard as it seems. If you notice here, we have 4 solid object balls and the 12 ball. I used the 12 ball for the cue ball because I want you to see the spin. Now, the balls are all frozen in line with this diamond here, the first diamond from the corner pocket. I have the 8 ball sitting in the corner. And what I'm going to do is shoot almost straight in to the 12 ball with lots of low right and not totally straight in. I'm going to move it around just about aiming for about a half a ball hit on the 2 ball, the last ball. Okay, and then all you have to do is hit very low, low right, and you got to really hit it hard and just follow through, straight through the ball. I call this the level stroke Massey shot. I'm going to shoot the cue ball into the cushion and curve right around these object balls and pocket the 1 ball in the corner pocket. Now I'm going to show you how to execute the level stroke Massey shot. Okay, if you notice, we have the cue ball frozen 2 diamonds from the corner to the cushion. 3 ball is frozen to the cue ball, straight line out from the cushion. The 9 ball, to make the shot look more difficult, we have 1 diamond up from the corner. And then we have 6 other object balls in a curve right around, so you don't actually have a natural angle kick at the 1 ball. So now all I have to do is come around and I aim at the 3rd diamond with lots of low right, very low on the cue ball with a nice, firm but not hard stroke. And the main thing on a shot's the speed. You got to get your speed down and just, it's like you're trying to draw the ball off the cushion. Okay, now if you notice on this shot here, we can't go around this way here because we've got too many balls in the way. And the 5 ball is actually in the path of a natural angle kick shot. So what I'm going to do is shoot into the cushion, come out, go around the other side of the 5 ball and pocket the 1. Now I'm going to show you how to set up and execute the snake shot. I call this a snake shot because it looks like the cue ball curves 2 different ways. The cue ball's next to the corner pocket on the long rail, frozen. 3 ball, frozen with the cue ball. You're really locked in. 4 ball, 1 diamond up, frozen to the cushion. We have 6 other balls in the way, so I cannot go around with a level stroke Massey like before. So I'm going to shoot into the cushion with high right over top of the cue ball. I'm actually going to stroke over top of the cue ball. And the cue ball is going to bounce out, go around the balls, and pocket the 1 ball in the corner. Okay, another situation shot. We're playing 8-ball. The 10 ball is blocking the pocket. So what I'm going to do here is bank the 8-ball. 1, 2, 3 cushions back over here. Now I'm going to show you how to make the 3-rail cross table bank shot. If you notice, we have the 8-ball straight in the side, but the 10 ball's in the way. What I'm going to do is aim to hit the 8-ball about a half a diamond from the side pocket with a little bit of left English on the cue ball, not much, about a half a tip, and hit it really nice and firm. This is a shot that Minnesota Fats used to make every time. Here's a shot similar to the last shot, except this time we're going to bank the 8-ball up and down 3 cushions long ways. 12's in the pocket, the 10's in the way, I can't bank it 1 cushion, the 13's in the corner, so I can't play it in the left-hand corner. So 3 cushions up and down this corner. Now I'm going to show you how to set up and execute that shot. We have the 8-ball about 2 diamonds from the corner pocket, 1 inch from the cushion, the cue ball about 8 inches from the 8-ball, and about 1.5 inches from the cushion. Okay, now what I do is aim to hit the 8-ball about 1.5 diamonds from the corner pocket, 1.5 diamonds or 1.25 diamonds. Then I use a little left English, not much left English, aim, 1.25 diamonds, and hit the shot very hard, and keep the cue good and level because you don't want to jump the table. You're hitting it so hard, if you elevate the cue, you could easily jump the table. So you just shoot very hard, and you should bank the ball 1, 2, 3 cushions back in the corner. Here's a shot my good friend Norm Weber showed me back about 25 years ago. Your opponent breaks the balls. The 1 and 9's in the pocket, the cue ball's in this pocket, but you're surrounded by the other 7 object balls. But there is a shot. Don't lose hope. All you have to do is shoot into the point, high left, elevate the cue, go around the table, back down, hit the 1, and win the game. This shot here is not really as hard as it seems to be. What you do, you got to, if you notice, we're surrounded by the balls, almost touching the 4-ball. And you don't have to elevate the cue. You have a tendency to want to elevate the cue too much here. You just need a little bit of elevation and aim the center of the cue about the point on the cushion, the point on the corner. Elevate a little bit with high left. And you got to use a punch stroke. You can't follow through or you'll double hit the cue ball. So you just punch it. Nice punch stroke, good and firm. And then the cue ball will jump over the balls, go around the table, hit the 1, make the 9, just like you saw before. Most people call this the passing shot. I call it scratching with style. We're going to pocket the 8-ball, but we're going to have the cue ball to outrun the 8-ball to the corner pocket. First person I saw make this shot was George Middleditch. Now I'm going to show you how to set up and execute the passing shot. You take the cue ball and the 8-ball, freeze them, and aim them to the right of the corner pocket in a straight line to the right of the corner pocket, because you got to use a lot of right English, and the ball is going to throw to the left, the 8-ball is. Then you elevate the cue quite a bit. You got to elevate the cue with you actually have to hit over top of the cue ball with right English, and it's a Massey stroke. You got to hit down over top of the ball and hold the cue lightly in the back, a very light stroke in the back, and just hit down on the ball. Here's the passing shot again, except this is actually a situation that could come up. We're playing 8-ball, you're on the 8, you want to pocket the 8-ball. The 5-ball's in the way. So I'm going to have the cue ball to outrun the 8, make the 5, move out of the way, and the 8-ball goes in behind it. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to set up the second version of the shot. What you do, you take your object ball, in this case we have the 5-ball, place it in the right side of the pocket, because when the cue ball, you want the cue ball to come in like this, make the ball and move out of the way. If the ball is in the center of the pocket, you're going to get a double kiss, a collision, everything. So make sure you have the 5-ball over like this and just hit the shot just like the passing shot. Same way. Here's a shot my good friend Edgar Nickel from Germany showed me. I'm going to shoot into the 1 pockets the 2, the 9 falls down, the cue ball goes around the bottle and pockets the 9. Okay, the first thing you need to make this shot is a ball like I have here. This I used a 2-ball. I have a little indentation here made with a drill, very small, and directly underneath that you need a flat spot about the size of a dime here. So you can set the ball on the slate and it will stay there in one spot. I place the ball about a quarter of a ball inside the pocket, and then I take the 9-ball, balance the 9 on top of the 2-ball, just like this. Okay. Now let's move up here to the bottle and the 1-ball cue ball. I take the cue ball, place it aimed to the right side of the corner pocket, and the 1 and the cue ball are not quite frozen. A very small gap between the cue ball and the 1. The cue ball is about 5 inches from the cushion here, about 4 inches from the cushion over here. The bottle's about 12 inches or so in front to the left side. Make sure the 1 will pass by the bottle. And then I aim almost parallel down the table with the cue ball from the cushion, about parallel, favor a little bit left maybe. Elevate the cue about at least 45 degrees or more, high right over top of the cue ball as far as you can go and still stroke the ball. And then you got to hit it with a nice, really firm stroke. And this is a difficult shot, so you might want to start off with a pool ball there instead of a bottle. Okay, here's one of the most difficult trick shots that I do. I'm going to shoot the 1 into the 2, the 9 falls down, and I'm going to draw the cue ball 2 cushions and pocket the 9. Okay, this is a stroke shot. The 2 and 9 are placed the same as the last shot. The 1 and the cue ball is, the cue ball is about 1.5 diamonds up from the corner pocket, and the 1 ball is aimed to the right of the pocket with a little small gap between the 1 and the cue ball. Very small gap. Now, I want to shoot parallel, cue stick parallel straight down the table, favor a little bit to the right this time, aiming a little bit to the right. Right draw, very low right, and you don't be afraid, just don't stop your stroke. Just stroke right through the ball. The cue ball would deflect out of the way and come back. So just when I do an exhibition, I probably get more requests for my finger pool than I do stroke shots or Massey shots or multiple ball shots. And I want to try to explain to you how I do the finger pool. I take the ball, I hold it with my thumb and my middle finger. That's where all the power comes from, right there. Okay, now my ring finger is braced against my thumb down here like this. And then I really squeeze the ball just as hard as I can for most of the shots. And it's just like snapping your finger. So what I do, the motion that I get is just like snap my finger like that. That's to get the ball to turn. And I squeeze it very hard. And then I turn my wrist different ways to make the ball curve in different directions. And I'm going to demonstrate here in a few minutes. We're going to do 3 or 4 of my favorite finger pool shots to show you. But let me spin the ball on the table here. Just watch the power and the spin that I get on the 14 ball. Okay, one more time. Now watch. Just squeeze the ball. Now that ball will probably spin for at least 30 seconds or so there. Whenever I do my finger pool, of course, I like to have my favorite caddy. That's my wife, Francine here. And honey, let's show them the warm-up shot first, okay? What I'm going to do is stand at this side of the table here, close to the pocket, throw the ball into the 2nd diamond, make the ball come out, hook, come back up table, and pocket the 1 ball. Now watch the action on my wrist here. I'm going to go around like this, okay, and snap my fingers here. So the ball's going to be spinning like this, okay, like this. I throw it into the cushion, it bounces out, then the back spin will take hold somewhere around the center of the table there. Okay, one more time. See the hook? Okay, on this shot, what I'm going to do is take the ball, throw the ball into the cushion, just like this, and I'm going to snap my fingers. When it gets right in here, I'm going to snap my fingers, and then the ball goes into the cushion, bounces out, goes around the 3 balls, and pockets the 4. Watch the action with my wrist and how the ball reacts. I call this one the dragster, okay? Notice the position of my hand. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw the ball right down into the 3 and snap my fingers at the same time, make the 3, and the spin's going to take hold and go straight up the table and pocket the 9. Okay, now we're going to do a little limbo. I'm going to throw the ball, go around the 9 and pocket the 11 ball. And then Francine's going to take the 9 ball on back, and we're going to see how far we can go. Now, I want you to watch how I release the ball. Okay? I'm going to throw the ball, snap my fingers, go around the 9, make the 11. Now she's going to take it on back a little bit. Got to get the feel of it. On around. Okay, a little bit more action. Okay, now on back. Same thing, just a little more action. Got to get some more backspin. Okay, just like that. Okay, got to get the feel. Go on back. On over. There we go. Okay, on back. Okay. Bingo. Okay, we're going to see how close we can go. We're about a ball and about a ball and a half inch or so here. This next shot I call the ultimate trap shot. If you notice, the cue ball is really locked in. Okay, the 1 and 9 is hanging in the pocket. Grady Matthews and I came up with this shot. What I'm going to do is shoot into the cushion, hit the bottom rail, come out, hook back in, hit the 1, and make the 9. Well, we know that shot's not for beginners. We take the cue ball and place the cue ball frozen to the cushion, and I have 3 balls here. You might want to start off with 1 ball, then work your way up to 2 balls, and then 3 balls. I'm about a diamond and a half or a little more up from the corner pocket. Now, to stroke the shot, what you do, you have to get up on the table a little bit here, and you got to hit over the ball with left as far as you can get over top of the ball with the left stroke, left English, and I'm aiming about the first diamond right here. And you got to really stroke it good. You got to get a lot of bite on this ball when it hits the cushion, and then it's going to come out and curve and go up and hit the 1 and make the 9. And but that's the way you hit the shot. First time I saw this shot was in like 1970 or 1971. Jimmy Tiros was doing an exhibition in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So he sets the shot up, and they had someone out of the audience to try to bank the 8 ball in the corner pocket. And of course, it was a good player too, and he couldn't make the shot. So Jimmy says, let me show you how to make the shot. So he reaches in his pocket, he pulls out a golf ball, moves the cue ball out of the way, takes the golf ball and places up here like this, and just shoots straight into the ball. Now, if you notice, that's an easy shot with the golf ball. Now, when I started doing exhibitions, I looked at the shot and I said, there's got to be a way to make that shot. So I came up with a way to make the shot. And what you have to do is take the cue ball, shoot with a jump shot into the 8 ball, jump the cue ball about 2 feet up in the air, and just have the 8 ball come under it. With the golf ball, this is a very easy shot. All we have is a natural angle bank shot. 8 balls frozen. We're about a foot away from the 8 ball. Just shoot into it, nice and firm. Just bank the 8 ball over in the corner, like that. As you notice, this is a much more difficult shot when you use a cue ball. What you have to do is shoot into the 8 ball with a jump shot. But you can't jump too high or you jump over the 8 ball. So you jump into the 8 ball, the cue ball jumps up in the air, and the 8 ball comes underneath the cue ball. And if you get it good enough, you can actually catch the cue ball in the air on this shot. Here's a neat shot. You'll never get this in a shot of 9-ball, but it's still a neat trick shot. I'm going to play the 1 ball in the side, have the cue ball jump up, hit the 2, knock the 2 out. The 9 ball is going to fall down and stay on the bottle. Okay, to set the bottle shot up, I take my doctored 2 ball, balance it on top of, in this case, a Snapple bottle. Because I like using a Snapple bottle because it's actually easier because you have a big cap up here. And I take the 1 ball and place the edge of the 1 ball right flush with the edge of the Snapple bottle, about 1.5 inches from the bottle here. Cue ball about 5 inches, 5 or 6 inches from the 1 ball. And then I just elevate the cue like a jump shot, jump stroke, elevate the cue, center, hit it, you got to hit it nice and hard, just play the 1 in the side, and the cue ball should jump up, hit above center on the 1, jump up, hit the 2, knock the 2 out, and the 9 ball just falls down on the bottle. I love this shot here. We call this the over and under. 3 ball in the corner, cue ball over the bridge, back, and pocket the 9. Okay, the over and under is a stroke shot. What you have to do, you take your bridge, you place it about 1.5 diamonds from the corner pocket, take the 3, the edge of the 3 should be in line with the bridge, and then you take the cue ball, place the cue ball 8 or 10 inches straight in the corner. 9 ball, place the 9 in the corner or whatever object ball you want to use. Elevate the cue about 30 degrees, and you have to hit down on the cue ball but with a draw stroke. And you got to hit the ball really good and firm into the 3 ball. And it's actually, the cue ball is going to jump into the 3, make the 3 in the corner, and the cue ball is going to jump right over the bridge, and then the backspin takes control, and it comes underneath and makes the 9 ball. Now this next shot is not really as hard as it looks. We're going to play the 1 ball in the side, the 2 in the corner, and the 3 ball in the corner. The cue ball is going to jump over the bridge, go 3 cushions around the table, underneath the bridge, and pocket the 3. Okay, here's another one of my shots, the over, around, and the under. To set this shot up, what you do, you take your 1 and 2, place the 1 about the center of the pocket, about 1 inch out from the pocket, and you line up a 1-2 combination, 2 ball frozen with the 1, aimed to the right side of the pocket here, because the 2 ball is going to throw to the left. And you place the 2 ball, the edge of the 2 right underneath the bridge here. Cue ball is about 4 inches from the 1 close to the cushion, about 1/2 inch from the cushion. Now, to make the shot, what you got to do is elevate the cue, and you're hitting about 1/2 ball hit on the 1 ball. I'm aiming about 1/2 ball hit on the 1 ball. Elevate the cue above center on the cue ball this time. High left, and you got to hit down into the ball with a good firm stroke, so the cue ball would jump over the bridge, go around the table, and then back under the bridge and pocket the 3 ball in the corner pocket. The over, around, and the under. If you're ever playing someone and, you know, and they're just fooling around and you get ready to shoot the 9-ball and they take the rack and throw the rack over the ball like this, okay, if you know this shot, you can just go ahead and shoot anyway. Now I'd like to teach you how to set up the ball out of the rack shot. If you notice here, we have the 9-ball is straight in the corner pocket. The rack is over the 9, about 1.5 diamonds from the corner pocket. The 9-ball is touching the rack. The corner of the rack is touching the cushion. The cue ball is approximately 6 inches from the cushion, because I want to use a rail bridge where the my hand is up on top of the rail when I shoot it. I elevate the cue about 30 degrees, and you want to shoot this shot hard. I'm aiming just a hair above center on the cue ball, and make sure you're lined up straight. And if you shoot it nice and hard, you should have the 9-ball to jump out of the rack and go in the pocket. This is one of my favorite setup shots. And you really have to hit this shot good, too. It's not just a setup shot. What I have to do is shoot the first cue ball into the second cue ball with a jump stroke. This cue ball has to jump up in the air so the 4 can come underneath it. I'm going to pocket the 1, 2, 3, and the 4 ball in the side pocket in rotation. Now I'm going to show you how to pocket the 1, 2, 3, and the 4 ball in rotation in the side pocket. What you do, you take the 2 ball, place it frozen to the cushion from the first diamond, frozen to the cue ball, in line with the center diamond across the table, on the other side of the table. Now you take the 1 ball, freeze the 1 ball with the cue ball, aimed to the right side of the pocket, the side pocket. Freeze the 4 ball to the cushion, a 1/2 diamond from the side pocket, with the cue ball frozen, the second cue ball frozen, with the 4 ball in line with the first diamond from the side pocket on the other side of the table. Then you take the 3 ball, freeze it with the cue ball, aimed at the right side, going into the right side of the pocket, side pocket. And then to make this shot, to execute this shot, you had to shoot the first cue ball into the second cue ball with an elevated cue with a jump stroke, a little above center. And when you stroke it, make sure that the cue, you got to shoot it hard, very hard, into the cue ball, and the stick has to come up out of the way so the 2 ball will not hit the cue as it goes across in the side. And you will pocket the 1, 2, 3, 4 in the side pocket in rotation. Sure are pretty earrings you have on there, huh? Did you make those?
I sure did. I made
You
them
did?
the other night.
Yeah. Oh, we're on camera.
Okay.
I'd like to thank Pat Fleming, Patrick Jr., and Jim Fredericks for inviting us here to do this video. We've had a ball. Star and Jesse and Francine, and you know, we would like to dedicate this video to all the other trick shot artists and pros out there who are promoting the game that we love and traveling all over the world, like Earl Strickland, who does a tremendous exhibition, possibly the greatest 9-ball player to ever live. Tom Rossman, Paul Gurney travels everywhere doing shows. He's from here to China. He's always busy. Chef Anton, a great magician and a trick shot artist. Jack White, Edgar Nickel from Germany. Kimura, a great trick shot artist from Japan. Ken Ellsworth from Phoenix, Arizona. Paul Pottier, Norm Welber, George Middledish, Steve Mizrak, who everyone knows, of course, and Ralph Eckert from Germany, Jim Rempe, Alan Hopkins, Nick Varner, Eva Mattia Lawrence does a great show, Laura John Jones, Allison Fisher, and many, many more out there. And we just want to thank you all, and we hope to see you on our next video.